Hi, I'm Anthony Turner, and as Executive Chair of this conference series, I would like to offer you a very warm welcome from here in Sweden to the World Congress on Biosensors, Biosensors 2021. Before I begin, I'd like to remind you of a few aspects about the functionality of the platform we're using today. First of all, we encourage you to ask questions, and you do that by using the Q&A tab, the second tab, not the chat tab. Please don't put your questions into chat, put your questions into Q&A. And make sure you include the name of the person to whom the question is addressed if there's multiple people involved. You can attend the poster rooms, but during the poster presentations, there's a maximum of 15 people in each room. So if you find a room is full, please move on and come back a little later. And let me really put in a strong plea that poster presenters must be present during all of their allocated time. It's such a disaster if you've got a poster and you're not there when somebody comes to talk to you, and you might miss a very important chance. And please, to all the delegates, do visit the posters and let's make this a lively discussion. Also, please enable your camera and microphone so that you can have as close as possible interaction with the poster presenters. If you need help, you've got online conference info at elsevier.com. In your profile, remember to enable the chats and appointments feature so that you can connect with other delegates. Please visit our sponsors and exhibitors, and don't forget to vote for your favorite poster. And those votes will all be gathered, and in the closing ceremony, I will be awarding the poster prizes. So also please, poster presenters, make sure you're there to receive your award. So moving into the conference proper then. This is my 31st and last year as chair of this conference series. And I'd like to say it's really been a great honor to be permitted to lead this marvelous activity for so long and to have worked with so many wonderful colleagues, both in the scientific community and in Elsevier. Thanks also to the amazing presenters we've had over all these years and for the support of the thousands of delegates and the biosensor community that have made this such a success. As always, the Biosensor Congress is the major event in the biosensor community's calendar, where we hear all the latest developments in our field and get the chance to discuss the future direction of this key technology. We have, at last count, over 920 delegates registered from 49 countries, with the largest representation this year coming from South Korea with over 190 delegates, from the USA, the UK, Japan and Germany. Truly world event. We had an excellent summer school yesterday with over 100 of you attending, and today we begin the main 3-day conference. Unashamedly selective, the committee has chosen the finest abstracts from 1,300 submissions for oral and poster presentations, resulting in 186 oral presentations, a selection of which have been denoted invited based on particularly impressive abstracts. We have 548 interactive poster presentations, again a selection of which were commended by the committee based on the submitted abstracts. And once again, please take the chance to interact with the authors, and authors make sure you attend. And you can vote online for your favorite poster. And the poster awards will be presented in the closing ceremony. The submitted papers are supplemented by 6 invited plenary lectures from some of the most active and forward-thinking scientists shaping the field at the moment. We also have 16 keynote lectures, of which 5 were selected from submitted abstracts and are also the Biosensors and Bioelectronics Prize finalists, the award of which is judged based on subsequent full papers submitted to the journal Biosensors and Bioelectronics. This last year and a half, we have all experienced tragic human loss on a massive scale, tempered by the extraordinary efforts of heroes who have fought the pandemic. The emergency has shaped everything, including the way conferences are delivered and not least the way in which we will interact now over the next 3 days. On the positive side, online conferencing has simplified our international interactions and very positively greatly improved accessibility. But of course, we're all going to miss the opportunity to meet in person. This extraordinary last 18 months has brought diagnostics much more clearly into the public view, especially lateral flow technology and PCR. Predictably, there's been a rush of papers on novel COVID sensors and measurement systems. But like all emergencies, we're running to keep up. And what we really need to be prepared for is what's coming next round the corner. The crisis has highlighted, for example, the need for better sensors for process control and cell culture in support of vaccine production. New health challenges for continuous human health monitoring are emerging, and the ever-present and ever-increasing threat to our environment makes monitoring of natural systems another major priority for us. Running behind discussions of major technological challenges and changes has been a crisis in, for example, semiconductor supply, which along with supply issues with vaccines has highlighted the importance of the complete supply chain in delivering key products, and once again focuses the mind on the interface between biology and electronics. Looking to the future, multi-analyte, multiplex systems capable of both sensing and actuation in the form of delivering therapy or protection come into focus as we remember the advantages of miniaturization coupled with mass production. Also in the public eye is the harm that unchecked pathogens can cause, but also the value of biological materials in sensors and vaccines. Less obvious, but also perceptible, is the increasing awareness of the interdependence of all life on Earth and the dangers associated with perturbations such as climate change. One of the upsides of this pandemic is the interest it is generating among students, and we can hope for many more medical and engineering students coming through in the near future to fuel research to strengthen us as new challenges emerge, such as depleted biodiversity, antibiotic resistance, and the lack of capacity and efficacy in healthcare to meet the world's needs. Another interesting feature of the last 18 months is that it's become apparent that science has a raised profile alongside politics, especially in countries where science has traditionally had a somewhat low profile. The balance of opinion has so far generally been positive, and we can only hope that this remains so as the world struggles through the inevitable volatility that will follow the current crisis. We're going to need creative alliances that fuse not only technology and medicine, but also understanding of human behavior and the depth of opportunities and dangers that present themselves. Our biosensor community gathered here for this Congress is facing and will continue to face unprecedented attention and critical evaluation. We need to show now more than ever that we can deliver on our promises and better equip the world to solve forthcoming problems in these exciting but potentially dangerous times. I've mentioned the tragic loss of human life and our friends and loved ones, and sadly, although not due to COVID, this includes one of our biosensor pioneers and one of our original committee members, Professor Asael Karubi. Professor Karubi was a great friend of mine and a great mentor, and I would like to call upon Professor Koji Sode to present a tribute to the late Professor Karubi.